War. All of us know and have seen the images and film, the noises of war, whether Syria or Yemen or Ukraine, Vietnam, the list just goes on and on. 70 years ago, the Russian composer Dmitri Shostakovich found himself in the middle of World War II, which had now come raging to the very gates of his hometown, Leningrad, in Russia. And this is what he gave us. This, the sound of war. And this, from the same music, is the result of war. That first clip that we heard is Shostakovich's musical rendering of the sound of modern mechanized warfare. Brutal, massive, terrifying, and utterly out of control, leading always to the one inevitable conclusion: death of everything. The second clip we heard is the same music, but now everything, soldiers, people, civilians, animals, everything is dead, silent, torn to shreds. And the only survivor is that one trumpet, battered, worn, barely able to speak even a sliver of itself. And in that place, what we hear, if we listen closely to the background, is a hidden third sound, the sound of the snare drum, of that drum beat. The sound of metal against metal, the sound of coin against coin, if you will, the sound of money falling against money. It is the song, in our time, of the cash register. And Shostakovich is warning to us that the most powerful, most dangerous weapon and the most dangerous engine of warfare is, in fact, the trade of weapons. What President Eisenhower, many years later, would come to call the military-industrial complex. Out of control. Surely a lesson for our time. In this season, in this American presidential election season, we have all heard talk of building walls, of keeping out people who don't look like us, people who might be immigrants, people who may not speak or pray or look like us, refugees, keeping ourselves safe from the other. Beethoven had an alternative to propose. And in this symphony, the Ninth Symphony, which I think we all know, I think we've all heard the famous tune, the Ode to Joy, which goes a bit like this. I think you all recognize that tune. Now, there is a place in the symphony where Beethoven sets that Ode to Joy as a drinking song of the time for male voices and male chorus. And the thing about drinking songs is you sing them when you drink. And also, when you drink enough, you get drunk, which is the purpose, if you will, of drinking enough so you crack out the drinking song and more booze and so forth. And there's something very interesting that happens in this moment in the music. Let's have a listen. You recognize that. Now, Beethoven does something fantastic here, which is very seldom done by performers, including this performance that we just heard, is that he demands a tempo. He enforces the drunkenness by demanding a tempo that is so fast that you can't actually hold everything together, and especially when the voices come in a little while later. And so what happens is this very interesting collection of noises that you heard. At the very beginning, if you think back, you heard some strange sounds. There was something that sounded like a burp or a belch or something less polite. You heard something that went etc. And then you heard the sounds of percussion, cymbals, snare drum, triangle, bass drum, and you heard this music setting up a beat. Those instruments are in fact instruments of the Turkish military tradition that Beethoven would have heard from the Turkish Ottoman army that was camped right outside the gates of Vienna at the time. And there it is, these instruments setting up very clearly, to even our year, 200 years later, a beat, a rhythmic framework, a place to hold on to, especially when the tempo of that crazy drunken music gets going. And it is this framework set up by the music and the instruments of the East, of the Islamic world, that offers a framework for the Western music, the Western culture, the German drinking song to hold on to when it compromises itself from an orgy of self-referentiality. And that is the message. That when we embrace the narrative, the story, the culture of the other, and vice versa, of the immigrant other, of the Muslim other, of the feared, terrifying foreigner whom we don't know about. Not only is it a generous thing to do, but it's also a source for our own security, our own well-being. And this, again, another message for our own time. Now, we're all getting a little comfortable here. I think you've sat through a number of these wonderful talks, and I think it's now time for us to jump in the deep end a little bit. So I invite you, everybody up there, here, could we all stand up, please? Stand up, stretch a bit, reach for the roof. Yeah, a yawn maybe. Ooh. Yeah, let it out. Make a siren. Ooh. Ah. Excellent. Now, with me, I'd like you to sing this note. How many of you think you can't carry a tune? Great. We're going to carry a tune. With me, on do, and pulse with me. Do, 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 with me. Do, 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 do. Keep it going, going, do. Now long. Do, 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 do. Keep coming. Double time. Do, 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 do. Double time. Do, 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 do. Good. Triple time. And do, 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 do. Softer. Doot, 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 doot. Back to double. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, 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 doot. Good. Doot. Softer. And hold. Doot. People in the balcony, sing out. Just you. Doot. If you cannot hear the person who is standing to the left or the right of you, you are singing too loud. Listen to the person. Do it again. Just the balcony people. And downstairs, feel free to look up. Can you hear the people to the left? Softer. Do you hear how the sound just came into focus? Now grow. Breathe when you need to. Lick your lips like I am when you need to. Massage your throat if you're feeling dry. Do you see how that just came into focus? Downstairs people, the same thing. Pulse with me. Do, do, do. Long. Do, do, do. Listen to the person to the left of you. Listen to the person to the right of you. Poke them in the ribs if you can't hear them. Excellent. Now this pattern, everybody. Do, 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 do. Repeat. Do, 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 do. Keep repeating. Get softer. Just the top balcony. Do. Listen to them. Now the bottom balcony, the bottom floor. Okay, now everybody. Good. Now, we're going to do this in performance. Will the bottom balcony, the bottom floor people sing do, 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 and again, do, do. Softer? Softer? Top balcony. Little louder. Both balconies. Everybody. Now, everyone skip to the other music. Do, 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 do. Now, top balcony sing do, 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 do. Keep going. Bottom balcony, join them on. Do, 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 do. Keep repeating. Get louder, everybody. If you can't hear either balcony, you're singing too loud. Keep it long. Now get softer. Can you hear the other part? Now imagine the other part in your own head. Softer, 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 softer. Beautiful. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the sound of a community. You did something that we need in our world. That is what music models. The idea that we can listen to the story of the other. The idea that we can listen to a different story, a different set of notes than our own, and make it come alive together. The idea that we can engage with each other and find a new truth together. And that is what we need in every sphere of our activity, whether it's in our schools, in our political parties, everywhere. So you see, music is not just a set of pretty notes. It is capable of sounding warnings. It is capable of being a model for public policy. And most of all, it's capable of modeling what good behavior is, what relationship is, when we actually listen to each other with the idea that the other person's story is as important as ourselves. And at this moment, at this TEDxWanChai, as we all gather from every path of life in this crossroads, that is what music can make possible for each of us. Thank you.